Well, hello there, what is up? Kermando here. Welcome to my NXT TakeOver Chicago review. And I'm gonna say it, I think we may have just witnessed one of the best matches, not maybe being a bit too far saying of all time, but it's definitely the best match of the year so far for WWE in Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate. Oh, holy shit! It was insane. Absolutely amazing. I loved it. We'll get to that in a little bit. Um, First, I wanted to talk about the pre-show element. I don't know what it was, but something just wasn't right with the pre-show. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but just something wasn't clicking. It just seemed a bit off. Everybody seemed a bit off. All the people talking and everything. I don't know. I didn't really like it. And also, Ember Moon really needs to work on her character and her talking skills, because she just she's trying to do this whole menacing thing, and then she does this like stupid smile. I said the same thing when she spoke at a previous takeover. I don't know. She's just got to work on that. That's something she should be working on now that she's got all this time off, with her injury. I don't know. I didn't like the pre-show. Something was off with it. I didn't like it. Anyways, on to the show. First match was Roderick Strong defeating Eric Young, and they mentioned that was the first time Eric Young has been defeated since the whole Sanity thing. Just kind of cool, I guess. If Sanity was more of a bigger deal, I suppose it would be kind of cool, but as I said before, I don't think Sanity is a big deal. It should be, but they're not. As for the match wasn't that good. There was nothing really to say about it. I liked how it started with Strong coming out of nowhere during his entrance and beating up Dane and Wolf. And as for the match, nothing really, nothing really to talk about it. It eventually ended with EY hitting his neck breaker thing, his wheelbarrow neck breaker, which is a pretty badass move. I liked when he did that in TNA on the outside, but he didn't get the win there. Eventually they were inside. Strong hits this, like, I like to call it the brogue knee. It's essentially like a brogue kick but a knee to Young on the top rope. He falls outside onto Wolf and Dane. He gets him back in the ring, and this was pretty cool. I like this. He did like a suplex and then let go into a backbreaker. It was pretty fucking cool. I liked it. That was the best part of the match. It was kind of like Pete Dunne's X-Plex, but then he hit him with double knees for a backbreaker. It was pretty cool. Yeah, apart from that, that was about the highlight of that match. Nothing really to say about it. And it lasted 30 minutes 42 seconds. Now, moving on to the best match of the show by far. Nothing came close to it, and I don't think anything will come close to it on Backlash tomorrow. Pete Dunne defeated Tyler Bate, 15 minutes 27 seconds for the United Kingdom Championship. Oh my god. This match was epic. From start to finish, just so good. I like how it started, technical wrestling, and actual good technical wrestling. Not wrestles, that would make Randy Orton jizz his pants. I mean actual good technical wrestling, like on the UK show, there was a lot of good technical wrestling in those matches. It started off good like that, and then it just got insane. Like it just didn't stop. It was just boom, boom, boom. They were both coming out with all these fucking epic moves. I can't give this match justice. I can't give this match justice at all. It was just so fucking good. There were so many moments where I was like, what the fuck? And Tyler Bate, I didn't expect this from Tyler Bate at all, but he was pulling out all these high flying moves. Like he did like a bloody what would you call it? A corkscrew bloody swan bomb, and he was doing moonsaults, and he's pulling out all this high flying shit, and I was like, I did not expect this from him at all. And he's coming out with all these other moves, and Dunne had all these epic moves. It was just amazing, absolutely amazing. Match of the year so far, by far. I would be hard pressed to see anything top that. Unless it's from those two or any other UK guys. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. Eventually it comes down to Bate going for, he did that corkscrew 450 thing, and then he did like a suicide dive or a splash or something to the outside. Dunne got out of the way, threw him back in, hit the bitter end and got the win. It was epic. And he also had like a sick DDT before that where Dunne, was like spiked. I love this when people do that DDT. It just looks so nasty. You gotta love it. Pete Dunne won. So good, so good. And nothing could compare to that. Nothing could compete to that after this. Like the next match, the women's title match, it was kind of meh. It really was. It was 12 minutes 30. Asuka won. There was nothing really to say about it. Eventually ended with Ruby doing like some kick or something. I can't even remember. To Nikki, she covers Nikki, but then this like ridiculously slow 2 count, where Asuka broke up, and then she just covered them both and won. Nothing really else to say about it. It was, it was action packed from start to finish, but it just wasn't great. It wasn't great. It wasn't really memorable. But yeah, Asuka won. I don't know who can legitimately take the title from Asuka now. I really don't. They haven't really built anyone up to take her on. Like I feel Nikki Cross should be a bigger deal, but they haven't really done a good job with her. They're signing all these Japanese women, so maybe one of them can do it. Is it Lo Shirai and another woman, Kairi something? I don't know. I've only heard rumblings of these people. Maybe they're gonna be the one to beat Asuka. I don't know. But yeah, she won. Some people are like, oh, it should be Ember Moon, but I don't know. Moving on, we have Bobby Roode versus Hideo Itami. It had a couple good moments, but it wasn't, a great match. But like I said, nothing was going to be great after that Pete Dunne Tyler Bate match. And also, when this was announced as the next match, I was like, yes, that's fucking awesome, because I've wanted the tag teams to get a main event, and they did finally. Although it might have been the wrong one to do it after Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, just blowing the bloody roof off the place. But it was still a good match. We'll get to that in a minute. Bobby Roode, Hideo Itami, 70 minutes 34. Bobby Roode won. I like the story they told, with Roode hurting his shoulder, and then Itami hurting his legs. I like this. They were selling that really well, which is something you don't just see a whole lot, but they sold it really well throughout the match. But yeah, it got a bit boring in the middle. It kind of did. Got a bit rest holdy. Randy Orton would have been loving that. But they went for the GTS a few times, teasing it. But I did like that when the couple of people did start the CM Punk chants, there were a lot of people booing it out, which is, didn't really expect that for Chicago, but I'm glad they did, because you shouldn't be chanting that unless there's some shit stuff happening. You shouldn't be chanting irrelevant stuff unless it's like a shit match or just something crap's happening. You shouldn't be chanting when there's good stuff going on, I don't agree with that at all. But eventually, he did hit the GTS, but then Roode went flying out the ring. He gets him back in, pins him, but he kicked out, and then Itami just starts slapping the absolute shit out of Roode. This was the good part of the match at the end. And then he drops the knee pad. He's going for the GTS, and this was awesome. This was the best part of the match. It was just an excellent sequence. Roode countered it into the glorious DDT. Just a perfect transition. It was awesome. And then he's still holding on to him at this point. He didn't let go. He gets up and hits another one and wins. It just looked amazing. It really did. I thought that was just an excellent sequence. You wouldn't expect that from a DDT. It looked so good, but it did. It looked amazing. I loved it. I thought, okay, that was really good. The rest of the match was alright, but that was definitely the highlight for sure. Bobby Roode wins. And after this, I was sort of maybe thinking we were gonna get the Adam Cole being in the crowd, because he's been rumored to come to NXT, but he didn't. There was Kevin Owens and some MLB player, Eric Thames, I don't know how you would pronounce that, and then Sami Zayn, Pat Patterson, and Cassius Ohno was in the crowd. And now we go on to the final match: Authors of Pain versus DIY. Authors of Pain 1, and it lasted 20 minutes exactly, according to Wikipedia. And I liked it. I liked it. It was good, but something I found really weird was that the titles were kind of low down. Like, if they were probably just like double the height of a person, when they're usually really high. Like, the Authors of Pain were like on the second or third rung, and they could have pulled the titles down. And usually it's a way up, and it's cool to see like the slow climb, when the end of the match, and they've got to climb so far, but they really only had to climb like 3 or 4 steps, and they got the bloody things. So I find that really odd that it was so low down. I don't think I've ever seen the titles hanging that low. Maybe they have been, but I don't recall it ever being that low. It was a bit odd. But it was a good match, and it had some cool moments. Like, there was a huge ass ladder, and then they had 2 other ladders set up on the barricades, and then DIY jump off of them onto the Author's Pain. And like one of the ladders smashed and the other one didn't, but they both went like flipping over, and I thought they got like messed up, but they were okay. And there was a seriously insane moment. I don't know how the hell Johnny Gargano wasn't busted open or messed up big time, but the Authors of Pain legit took a ladder and smashed it into his face, like legit, and with a lot of force too. Like, when I watched it, I was like, oh my fucking god. And at first I thought, okay, he got his hand up, he's safe. But then they showed a slow-mo recap thing of it. Nope, he got legit hit in the face by that, and I was like, oh my fucking god. But he was okay. He wasn't bleeding or anything. I think it might, near the end of the match, there was maybe like a little bit of blood coming from his teeth or whatever, but how that didn't mess him up, I don't know. But there was a lot of good action, and still didn't top Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate though. But yeah, a lot of good moments. I can't really, go into all of them. But it looked like, DIY was gonna get it. And then bloody Ellering came in and shoved the ladder off or something, and then Gargano like super kicked him. After that, I can't really remember what happened. I'm looking through this quick recap thing here. Oh yeah, they DIY climbed up, and then AOP kicked the ladder off while DIY was hanging on, and they grabbed him for the super collider thing, that like sandwich smash into a power bomb, and then they climbed the ladder and got the titles. It was a good match, It just the wrong one to main event, But what happened next, it probably was the right one to main event. As they were celebrating, I was like, oh, I wonder what we're gonna get here. Are we gonna get a heel turn here? Then they were showing like the recap and what have you, and I thought, oh well, maybe it's not gonna happen. But then they're on the stage, and then you hear Ciampa say, now this is my moment, or this is my moment now, something like that, and he like smashes him into the LED. Well, I don't know if you could call it an LED board, but it's I don't know what the hell you would call it. It looks pretty much like flimsy stuff. I don't know what you would call it, but he smashed him into that, and the crowd's going nuts at this point. Get booing Ciampa, and he does this running knee thing, and then he gets him onto the bloody the announce table area and does another knee, I think. And I love the way Gargano like was selling it. Like he was like why Ciampa, why? He wasn't actually saying that, but the way he was like trying to clamor onto him, and I thought he sold it really, really well. Then he picks him up at the announce table and hits like a Sheamus's Celtic Cross. No, not Celtic Cross. Sorry, the White Noise. He hit that thing off the announce table through these other tables and stuff beside it. It was a pretty cool moment. And then he gets back on the announce table and sort of staring down at him as all the trainers and what have you, looking at Gargano. I thought Gargano sold it really well. Sold it as though he was like having a fit or a seizure or something. He sold it really, really well. I thought that was a pretty cool way to end the show. Because it looked like it was just going to end with those two, you know, hugging it out or being sad in their loss, but then Ciampa just beat the crap out of him. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I would definitely say this is one of the better takeovers. Well, at least those two matches, the final match and the Pete Dunne match. Maybe saying it's the one of the better ones is maybe a bit of a stretch, because the other matches weren't that great, you know. But the Pete Dunne match and the main event match was really good, and I did like the ending of the Hideo match. But yeah, I still can't go over the Pete Dunne Tyler Bate match. You didn't see it yet. You need to see it. It was great. And I'm really looking forward to what they do with Ciampa and Gargano. They don't need to go to the main roster. Like people always say, oh, I want to see this guy on SmackDown. Oh, I want to see this guy on Raw. There's not enough time. I don't get that. People are like, oh, they need to go to SmackDown. That's the land of opportunity. They'll get a chance there. Well, for the most part, since the brand split, the tag teams have never been featured there. People are like, oh, the Revival's got to go to SmackDown and save the tag division. Well, if they don't get booked on the show for the tag teams every week, why would you want them to go there? You know, at least Raw, the tag teams is, you know, used all the time every week. And I'd say the tag teams has been the best thing on Raw for a long time now. I feel they're always used quite well on Raw. But yeah, Gargano and that don't need to go out. I don't think anybody else needs to go to the main roster right now. There just simply isn't enough time, and there's too much people there already that aren't being utilized. So I think that's dumb for people to say that. Just keep them on NXT. Make NXT a more storyline featured, you know, show. Have more stuff happening weekly. You know, I think that's what they should do. Like Drew said in an interview thing, the one thing he doesn't like about NXT is that it's sort of viewed as a lesser thing to Raw and SmackDown, where he feels it should be, you know, on par, if not better than Raw and SmackDown, which I would agree with. You know, it should be seen as equal to them. It's something they should work on. Instead of putting people to Raw and SmackDown, leave them there and let them have feuds and what have you. Like, I feel like there's so much filler on NXT. It's been like that for quite a while now. Because there's some shows where they'll have, like, say 3 or 4 matches, and they can get through a couple of these matches really quickly, and I'm like, well, what the hell's going to happen for the next 40 minutes? And then they have so much filler in between all these bloody little promos for stuff, or just talking about random shit, and when they could be having more matches and more storyline development, you know. I feel like there's a lot of people not getting used in NXT that could be. It's like, they got the time, use it, you know. But yeah, that's my little review on an NXT. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to tell me what you thought. That's it for now. It's going through this kind of quickly, which is pretty good. Didn't think I would, but I did. That's it. Thank you for watching. See you later.